So I've put some links in the description, and we'll go for this great first time that everyone can see Silex. Some of you helped me even in the alpha stage, so some of you like Jonas, Nassima, Brice, they all already used Silex. And so let's start. I'll just present you why we are doing Silex, what we are doing, and what we are looking for in the community. And also, so that's a little bit of history. For those who just want to see the thing and play with it, you have the link in the chat. And yeah, that's it. So Silex started in 2004 or something, and then in 2009 it started to be. I made it open source. We were a bunch of freelancers this time, and we used to sell websites made with Silex. So Silex was enabling us to collaborate on websites we did professionally, and we never tried to monetize Silex itself. Hi, Gabriel. Welcome. We are just starting. I hope you can hear me. So yeah, so at start we were a bunch of freelancers using Silex to create websites for agencies and for clients. And so nobody wanted it to belong to anyone. We wanted it really to be free. And after a few years, we all moved on. Everybody had other jobs or continued, but we split a little, and Silex started to be part of a non-profit organization, which is Silex Labs. And we used Silex to train people who want to learn web design, who want to understand what is a job in IT, or want to change their life, or people from disadvantaged neighborhoods, disadvantaged background, and we started to teach web design using Silex. And after, so that was Silex V1, V2. Then we created the V2. Then now was a V3. 2 years ago, I started a web studio with Molly, my cousin, and we are doing that today. We needed Silex because we are doing. First, we are training people who change their job to an IT job, but with different background before that. So we needed no code, and we needed a tool which we completely master. We can change everything. We do eco-friendly websites, so with a very low carbon footprint. So that's why when we started with Webflow, then we couldn't do it with Webflow. Really, the pricing is strange, and you can't change anything to it. So we needed something open source. Also, it's better when it's free and open source. So feel free to interrupt me anytime. Hello, Karen. And that's it. So that's the history of Silex. Started with freelancers and little small agencies, then social stuff with training and work, social work, and then back to the roots with a studio. We started investing a lot more time in Silex again, and we have here a few people who already use Silex for their agencies or as freelancers, like most of you actually. And yeah, that's it. So now let's go and do some Silex V3. So you have the address in the link in the chat. And here I'm sharing you the screen. So you see that we can log in with either GitLab or FTP. GitLab is like GitHub. It's a tool for developers, but we use it just to store the data, because this instance on v3.silex.me is for free. It's hosting for free, and it's by the foundation, Silex Labs Foundation. So we don't host your data at all. You host your own data, you own it, and it's none of our business. So we will put everything on either your FTP or your GitLab account. So let's try with GitLab. Now I'm logged in because I have an account already. So, but you may go through the account creation and everything. That's Silex dashboard. I'll go quickly through all the steps so you have an idea. And then next month we start a series of real workshops where I'll go into details for every step. So that's the dashboard. You see the great illustration by Brice who did this, and I love it. I'll create a first website, and I'll show you something. I'll show you the UI, and then we'll really go into making a website. So feel free to stop me anytime. I don't see you, so just put your audio on and just tell me when you have a question or anything. So that's Silex UI. What I want to do, because I'm really such a bad teacher, I'll just show you how we do a website with it. So here is a design that Molly created. Molly, who's in Internet 2000 with me, and with Jonas too. And this is some template we sell for cheap. It's eco-friendly and stuff. But I want just to reproduce like the header or the navigation part for you to see how it is. So on the left you have the plus button, which lets you add some elements. I'll add a container, and then in the layers here you'll see my container. Okay, I'll call it header. I like accessibility and semantics, so I'll go right on the right. You have a little wheel like this, the component setting, and I'll right away mark it as a header because you can change the tag name here. So you see, I put header here also, and then in my header I'll drop some content. There is a logo, a few items in the navigation, and then a right call to action and stuff. So the logo will be an image. Then I put a container with text in it for the three or for how many? For the 5 items here. Voila. An image for the logo. I put everything on the canvas, and then we'll see what happens. And then for the right part, we'll see later. So here I'll organize everything. So the logo, I'll name it, okay? Logo, like this, because it's easier than to navigate. The container, which will be the navigation, so I'll call it nav. And the same in HTML, there is a tag name called nav. So here you see it's a div, but I'll make it a nav right away so I don't forget. Okay. In the navigation, I'll put all my text. Okay, that's how you do the structure. Now we'll do some design. If you have, does anyone have a question about what I'm doing? Fine. No question. You're still there, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's good.
Thank you. Thank you. You know, like after 1 hour, I noticed that I'm alone. Very bad. Okay. So now I'll select the header and I'll make it look like this thing. So first, on the design tab here, you have a nice UI that will let me do it as flex. So that's all the concepts of CSS and HTML. If you have any questions, don't feel like if you don't know HTML and CSS, just ask. There's no problem. So I'll make it flex, and okay, and then the nav also I'll make it flex so that everything goes on one line and is nicely aligned. Voila. What else? There is here dimensions. There is by default a minimum height on containers. I don't need it. I wanted to take the height of the content. Do we have other stuff? Voila. So the image, I'll start uploading an image here. So I click on here and I'll put a few images right away. A few images. I don't know, like these ones. And then when they appear on the right, and when I click on it, it applies the image to the selected element. So that's fine. What else? I'll copy paste a few texts. So service. Okay. What else? Réalisation. Expertise. Blog et à propos. Okay. This is nice, but I want the two of them to be separate. So flex here, if you put justify content to space between, you have them separated, the two of them. Yeah, what else? Let's see how to do exactly that. Then I have the background and the colors. Maybe I'll do that a little later. I'll use, you see, I can select the parent with the little arrow here on the, when I click the arrow, it goes select the parents, but I have also, I can select it in the layers on the left, of course. And I can also go to the parents. At the bottom, you see the breadcrumbs. So you have body, header, nav text. If I click on nav, I select nav. If I click on header, I select header. That's important. So what else? Yeah. So now I want to apply change to a minimum width to the container of this, so that it really looks more like this one. I'll select in up in dimensions here. You have mean width or width. But if you're lost in all these properties, CSS properties, you can type here what you want, and it will show you only what you're looking for. For example, if I type opaque, I will see opacity. That's new, and that's bad. So let's say I put the width at 600 pixel, and I'll add another container for it to be the right part, the right part here, and you'll see that it will change the look of it. And this right part is what it is. It's like a call to action, or well, I'll leave it named like this, and I'll put a text into it. Voila. Is it inside? No. I'll make it inside, and this text will be the CTA. That will be a button, but we'll see later. So now you see that it starts to be a little like that. This one I put it in flex, but this one I added a width, but in fact, do I want a width? Yeah, I may want a width. Yeah, you know what? I'll put 100%. So if I write % here and I press enter, it will change the unit. So that it takes the full thing. And here I'll space it evenly. Yeah, nice. What else? Why do we have a height? Well, it's not so important. The parent, I'll make it center like this. Looks better. And this one too, center. This should be flex and center. Voilà. So we start to have something which looks like it. So now I want to show you how we do the fonts. You have here, I need a font different from this one. I don't know what is this one. I'll use the one I like. So I click on the font on the left, font icon, and then I'm searching for a font in Google Fonts. So by default, you have all the fonts. And if I type Ubuntu, I see there is the Ubuntu fonts. I click install, and then in my website, I will embed this font from Google Font. Then I save, and then now I can see that I do have here somewhere, wait, Here, typography, I have Ubuntu font now in the drop down, so I can apply the Ubuntu font to the header. So you see the image is in the hero section, in fact. So I'll create just a quick hero section to show you how to add a background image and then make it under the nav here, the menu, the header. So the background image, I can add it. You have all the units for the height. For example, if you want a hero section which goes all the way the size of the screen, you have percentage, or you have even viewport height, for example, which will make it really the size of the viewport. But for now, I don't want this. I'll do in pixels. And on the right here, you have background image. So that's in the decoration part. You have here background. I'll add the background. And here you have several stuff. You have either, if you want, you have a gradient stuff, but we want an image. So I click on image, and then I have all these images you saw me uploading. So this is background image. That's cool. And background size will be cover. I'll center it, and no repeat. No repeat is option. Anyway, so does it look like this? Well, first, it doesn't look like this because of the colors, and it doesn't look like this because the menu is on top of the image. So let's change the menu first, the header first. So to make it on top of the image, I'll change its position to absolute. So now you see it's on top of the other section, but it's not full width. So I'll go into dimension and 100% enter, and it's 100%. The font is not the right color, so it's very strange. So typography, color, white, hopla. Starts to be good. I'll add an effect on the image so that it's blue. So you have several ways to do it. In extra, you have either filters. You can add filters to your image. There are a lot of filters. You can change the colors like this and stuff. So I let you. It's just CSS, nothing magical. But what I do to make it the same as this image, I'll simply add to my background. Here I'll do plus and add a color. Here I select color. I'll make it blue. Up. And I'll make it semi-transparent like this. Voilà. Yeah. Voilà. It starts to look right. If I want to see how it looks without the UI, I just click the eye here, the preview eye, the little eye, and here I have it. I can see it on different widths. So for tablet, mobile, landscape, mobile, portrait. And I'll show you quickly now that we have, I know it doesn't look really like, it doesn't really look like what we want, but it's, you know how it works now. So maybe I'll just show you how we do a button like this one, like the big orange button, and then I'll show you how we do responsive, and then we'll publish the website live, and then you'll have everything. Just a brief. Once again, ask questions if you don't understand.
That's a quick question, Alex.
Yeah?
It's a more rhetorical question, but imagine that I would like to put a bottom border. How can I achieve it within CSS?
Question. Okay, let's do that. So we'll do it for this button. We'll add a background and a border. Then. Really good question. Thank you. So first I'll add. So the borders are here. The borders are in decoration, you have here all the borders. You can set one border, two borders, or all the borders. So I'll
This
put
one
the
is
2
new.
pixels.
It's new, no?
It's very new.
Prototype you
From
had
last week.
recently. Okay, I see. Thank you.
Yeah. So here you have all the options. You have many options for every control, but I'll keep it simple. So I'll just make a white border here. And the background is orange. So I don't even need the background. I can set just the background color here. So let's make it orange. Voilà. It's the same, more or less, yeah. And I'll change the content of the button. So I'll just double click on the content and change the content here. Contact. And then I'll change the font size, of course. Font size, up, like this. And also, what's important is the padding. Here you have 10, 10, 10. But it's larger on the left and right, so I'll do like 30 right and left 32. Voila. So here you have kind of a button. Maybe what you'll ask is how do I change it, the hover color, for example, or whatever. It's quite simple. You have here on the top right corner of this style editor, you can you have a lot of it's a pseudo selectors. So I put hover, you see on the right. I hope everyone sees. And then I can change the color to something else if I want. Oh, that's the text color, wait. The background color, where is it here? So I'll change it to something like reddish, like this, okay? And let's say I want to change also the text color to something black. So that's when I'm hover, and then I reset this pseudo selector at the top, and I remove it. So now we have, you see, it's different. You'll tell me, yeah, it's a bit violent, how it moves from from hover to not hover. So yeah, you see, but there is a very easy way actually to make it animated. That's here in the wait, where is it? Extra. You have transition. So transition, you'll select the property. So here the property is background color, okay? Or you can set it on all, because it's fine. I'll set it on all, and I'll put a duration of let's say 0.5 seconds, and you can choose ease in or ease out or whatever. And now you see, it's now it's animated. Wow. Well, what else? So now I'll show you briefly the how we do responsive in Silex V3. So here on the top left you have desktop. You can choose tablet or mobile. Okay. So you see that it's not right how it goes. The best thing is to avoid the responsiveness if you can. So you would say, okay, I'll make everything percentage, for example. But sometimes you can't, so you have to create breakpoints. For example, if you want here things to disappear, add a hamburger menu, or just remove this. Let's say at this size we want to remove the contact button, for example. So that's very easy. So I put the stage, and I select tablet. And then in general you have visibility, so you can display I can display none, for example. I could change also the visibility, but it wouldn't work that well. So I changed display to none, and you saw the button disappear. If I select desktop, it comes back, and if I select tablet, it disappears. So what's interesting is that now if I select mobile, it doesn't reappear. It stays hidden. Why? Because it's desktop first. So if you change something in desktop size, then it changes it for all the sizes below. If you change something in tablet size, it changes it for all the sizes below. And I'm talking changing some styles. Of course, if you delete a section, it will delete the section in all sizes. So you have to not change the HTML structure, nothing to change. Don't change the layer structure. If you want it to be only in tablet, for example, you can only use the styles on the right, the style editor. I didn't show you a lot of things, but I think that's good enough for today. You can start playing with responsiveness and stuff. I could also change, I don't know, like the background image or the font sizes, everything you want for this. So the last thing I want to show you, and then we can do a little Q&A if you have other questions. So prepare your questions. The last thing I want to show you is the publication part. So it's nice to be able to edit a website, but you want to publish it live so that people can see it. It's very simple in Silex. You have a publish button on the right here. And it's very easy, but we don't host your data. It's not like in Wix or Webflow. You have to host your data yourself because everything's free. We can't afford to host everybody's data. But also it's your data, so you should handle it. Don't let someone do it for you. So once again, you can publish on any hosting company has a FTP. So if you buy online hosting, you'll have access with FTP, so you can use this. But and also, I have a good host for you. I put the link in the chat already. It's called let me check. I don't remember, but it's a non-profit uberspace.de. So it's German, and I really like what they're doing. It's really simple, and also you pay what you feel is right. So they don't give you a price. You pay what you want. It's called fair pricing. So you pay what you want. And if you subscribe to this, you'll have an FTP hosting. You can put your domain name and everything. It's quite cheap. But for now, we'll use another service, and we'll use the zip file. So if I click on download the zip file, it will publish this website. So what I mean by publish the website is make everything optimized and give you just the HTML pages and the CSS files. So I click on download the zip file. Okay, publish, let's go. And now I can download the zip file by clicking the button here, the link, download it now. So you won't see it because it gives me an archive, but I have it on my hard drive now. And I can unzip it, and I'll use another service. I put also the link in the chat, and it's called NeoCities. I really like this service. It's all open source. Everything I show you is always open source. And it's not free. There is one website for free and no domain. They give you a domain name, subdomains. For example, I took the silex.neocities.org. So the NeoCities website is just about publishing your website live. Wait, what did I do? Okay, so I'll just edit the website here. On the right, they have a button, Edit Site. And then you see your files, and that's where you drop your files, and they will put them online. So it's very easy. I unzip the files, and now I will just drop them. If it works, yeah, it works. So I'll drop the files here in the UI. Okay, CSS, assets. So the CSS, the assets, and the HTML file. And what did it do? So where is it? No, I'm a little lost, sorry. So that's the website we just did, but of course it didn't work. I did it yesterday. It used to work. Sometimes it takes yeah, it's just I just had to wait. Sorry. So let's wait a little. Yeah, it takes them sometimes so that it's live. Background image is not live. It is missing. Do I have the background image here? Background hero. Yeah. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Oh, there's a bug. Great. Okay, so just for us to make it work, I'll remove this bug. Apparently, it has a bug. So with Gabriel, I fixed a bug last week. You know about how it was the images were relative paths and stuff. So I'll publish it again. And I put the image not as a background image, but as an image. So as you see, Silex is early. Silex V3 is very young, so you'll have to be beta testers. And this time it didn't work. Up. Let's try it again. Okay. Voila. So I put just an image. The background image didn't work, so I'll have to investigate and fix it. But here you have your website live. That's as simple as this. And the URL is myname.neocities.org. So it's kind of cool. It's very quick, but you have to drag drop files. It's not as easy as the FTP option in Silex, which is more powerful. Because when you publish, it goes to it publishes all the files to your hosting. So did I forget something? Yeah, probably. Let me check. Oh yeah, and so I have yeah, I pasted the next event in the chat. So feel free to go there and subscribe, because it's not always free and everything, but you have to subscribe to have the link, and it will be about just the basics of how to make a website with Silex. So it's more like the beginning of what I did today, but in step by step. Excellent. What else? Yeah, so why is it free? It's this event. I'll do it for free because we really need companies and freelancers investing time in it, like using it first, reporting bugs, and then ultimately, in sometimes if we have enough momentum and companies and people using it professionally, probably people will start contributing code or paying someone to contribute code, and then we can go faster. Because for now, it's everything me and Internet 2000 Web Studio who code the thing. So it's going quite slowly. There are still some bugs and stuff, but it's been going steadily for years now, so it won't go anywhere. But I hope more companies will contribute, and yeah, and people will report bugs and help me debug it and stuff. So, and also brainstorm and have ideas. Gabriel gave me also good ideas recently. I'm very happy about it. And also, yeah, a lot of contribution outside of the code, but for now. So does anyone have questions? You see my face now or not? It's still frozen, right?
Yeah, hi Alex, Zeno here. I have a question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, fine.
Hi. Does Silex have? You showed us how to sort of create the design of the site.
Yeah.
Once you've done that, how do you deal with the site content in different pages? Can you sort of say this design is a template or in any way?
That's an excellent question. Okay, so In fact, for now, historically, Silex has been used for really small static websites. But of course, in the web studio we created, and also people who do professionally Silex and sell them to the clients, they need a UI for the clients to manage the content, and yeah, it's easier to go in something which is made to manage content. So create pages, change the navigation elements and stuff. So what we are doing at Internet 2000 as a studio, and Brice, for example, does it too as a freelancer. We are using a plugin I did, which is live. It's called Stastic, and it's a plugin you add to Silex, and then you have ways to say, okay, every page in Silex is in fact a layout, a template, and then in my CMS, I'll be able to use these templates to create many pages. So I have a page in Silex which makes many pages in the CMS, and also all the text, images, and stuff you can change in the CMS, and then it appears in the template. You can also have loops, like lists of stuff, but it's very painful. I think it's a little painful, at least in Silex V2. And in Silex V3, I'm working on it. So in like a few months, you'll have the ability to plug Silex to CMSs, many CMS. So we'll start with the directors, which is like just a headless CMS, they call it. It's just the admin part of a CMS, and it's great user experience, and it's great for the clients. And then in Silex, you'll see all the data that you define in the CMS. So for example, in Silex, you'll see that, oh, there is a post collection. You have posts in this website. So you can drag and drop and create a page out of the posts. And then in this page, you drop a text field, and you say, oh, this is the title of the post. And that's what it's going to be in a month or so, in a few months. That's how it works, I think. It's inspired by other tools like Webflow and many others, but it's the only one who's really free and community driven, and like nobody is monetizing it. It's just free software. Another great question like this would be very helpful. I was planning to tell you about this CMS stuff, but I forgot. So that's really cool.
I have another question there. So during that process, you were showing us how to build the site. What was happening in the background? I mean, where was that being synchronized to GitLab, or why the GitLab connection?
Yeah, actually it is. So it's another great question. I'll show you, and I'll share my screen again then. So the website we just did is in fact stored in GitLab. So if I go to my GitLab account, is it my GitLab? Yeah, it's Silex Meetup. You see, we created it at the beginning. So if I go back to I go back to Silex. I click on the left, and the icon, the Silex icon on the top left, and it will bring me back to the dashboard. So this Meetup thing is called Silex Meetup here. And that's GitLab, okay? So that's for developers, you don't have to go there. But if you want, you can see what is stored. It's your data, so you really have access to it. It's a JSON file. Here you have all the data of your website, and also you have your assets. So all the image I uploaded. You see, like this one. Voilà. So this means.
So, sorry. I was just wondering. So, would it not be useful to be able to publish the compiled site to GitLab as well? So you have version history for your changes.
Yeah, that's true. So we could publish the HTML CSS file, but don't change it by hand, because it will be overwritten next time you publish. But yeah, definitely we could. It's kind of a plan I have in mind. If it's useful, I'll do it. If you publish on your FTP, if you decide to publish on FTP, then you will see all your, and also I didn't show you, but when you publish this, when you choose the download zip file, then you will have everything. You can even upload it by hand to GitLab if you want. But you do have your files published. But you're right, it could be here. I could add a button for GitLab since I already have the connection. It would be really easy.
Because then you know, once you're in GitLab, you can hook into the pipelines and stuff and deploy it automatically to wherever you want.
That's very true, and that's what we do with Internet 2000. We used to do that a lot with Silex V2. So we publish to GitLab or GitHub, and then you have in GitLab you have here pipelines, and this means that every time someone publish, every time you publish your website, if you were to publish it to GitLab, they can put it live for you. So that means that yeah, it's kind of and if you use templates, as it will be the case like with the CMS and everything, it can do a lot of things. It's very powerful here. So yeah, you're right. Another thing which is powerful with GitLab is that we did that with Brice already. So you can collaborate on a website with someone thanks to GitLab. So someone can come here and we call it fork. You can fork it here, like here. You can fork it, and then you will be able to modify it and submit changes to the author. And that's how actually this dashboard is in fact a Silex website, which is plugged to dynamic data already. So, but for now it's not public yet exactly. You can't connect to a CMS or an API or anything, but just when it will be live in a few months, when I'm done working with it, it will be possible to do. This is a web app which is dynamic, right? So you can do things like this. For example, when I create something, it connects to GitLab API and creates stuff, and yeah. So you're right. We should publish to this one, to this. Yeah.
Thank you for those explanations.
My pleasure. Thank you for asking. But I don't know if other persons here are developers or intend to use it with APIs or just want to do static websites maybe. I don't know. Feel free to explain what you're doing with Silex, even if we'll stop in a few minutes. Yeah, I think we're good then. Nobody? Okay. So next month, the first, it's the 2nd of next month. You'll see. Please follow the link I put in the chat. Next month we'll do something like really step by step and more like a workshop, and then you can make it at the same time and ask questions if you're stuck or anything. Also, if anyone wants to join on community.silex.me, we have a forum, and you're welcome to join and discuss with us. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, thanks, Tarek. Okay, thank you, merci, and see you soon. Yeah, very, very nice to see you all, and I can't wait to see what we do together. So feel free to ask on the forums now.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.